viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks. On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand.
So you'll notice I built a clock tower. I'm not gonna lie, I did that in creative mode. I'm gonna explain myself. No one plays on this server, so I don't think it's unfair to do a creative building. By that I mean building in creative. And I really wanted to start pushing along this idea of building a massive town, and it really needed a kind of centerpiece to make it seem quite grand. And there was no way I was going to be able to build something that scale in survival. It's just no. So I've built this in the hope that it can kind of jumpstart the whole idea of this big shopping centre kind of town area, I guess. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be heading forward and getting on with this goddamn town. It's about time. Anyway, let's get to building. So as any normal person would, I started by making the paths. And yes, I did decide to stick with the coarse dirt. At one point I might transition into cobblestone because it's a bit more civilized and it's generally what you see in town centres. And I believe it'll be like that in a fantasy setting as well, which is kind of what we're going for. And if you're also paying attention, you will notice that I've put grass blocks everywhere. Now that is just to kind of mark out where I want the buildings to go. It's always a really good idea to do that so you can get a feel of how busy it's going to be, how crowded the area is, and if it's actually going to work. And I feel I've got a nice amount of buildings for this first little area. Okay, so I've started the construction of the first building. As you can see, up to now I've only done the facade, but it's looking great, and I did actually stick with the design I showed you last episode. Okay, so I have now completed the kind of shape of the roof. This was a pain in the arse to do because I had to kind of join up the different roofs for the different buildings because they're all different heights, if you get what I mean. Well, you can see, I hope. This is probably the hardest bit of the building, so it's all smooth sailing from here. And that is the first building complete. I am actually very happy with this building. If there's anything you don't like about this and you want to change, then just go for it, tell me. Probably won't listen though. You probably won't comment anyway. So sad. Okay, so now I've done even more. So next I actually did these little buildings, and I really like these. They're much smaller. I wouldn't say they're simpler, it's kind of the same design really, but just scaled down a bit, but I really do like these. And here we go guys, this is the final building I have done for this area. It's pretty big, there's 3 upstairs areas, 3 downstairs areas, and you never know, I might get around to putting some interior design in there. Now as we go down here, you can actually see to the left I have put a kind of strip of new buildings along, and you may have just seen there a little sneak peek. There's a little pond. I'm going to be building some houses maybe around there and having, you know, another little housing area for, I guess, the posher houses of the area. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it for this episode. We've got everything done we wanted to get done. As you can see, there is still a lot more building to do, so I might actually do that on a live stream, so if you want to see that, check me out on YouTube Gaming. You know, you can kind of see whenever I'm streaming. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of The Spike. I'll see you next time guys. Goodbye.